It is either they accept the realities of the revolution now, of this generation, or else they wait for the consequence of this revolution.
Welcome to Afriplus News, your #1 source for critical, in-depth coverage of African affairs. If you're passionate about sovereignty, Pan-Africanism, and reclaiming Africa's destiny, this is your home. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel so you never miss important updates like this one. Also, engage with this video by dropping your opinion respectfully in the comments section. We want to hear your voice because your perspective matters. Disclaimer: the views expressed in this video are for informational and educational purposes only. They do not constitute official positions of Afriplus News and should not be interpreted as incitement or hostility toward any government, institution, or people. We are committed to providing balanced journalism that respects YouTube's community guidelines. On May 25th, Ghana became the heartbeat of a powerful Pan-African movement. In a historic moment during Africa Liberation Day, thousands of Ghanaians gathered in Accra for a demonstration dubbed Walk with Ibrahim Traoré. The streets echoed with chants like "Hands off Ibrahim Traoré," Pan-Africanism Now, and Africa Unite. This was not just a march, it was a resounding cry for African unity, dignity, and sovereignty. Why do so many across Africa see Ibrahim Traoré as a symbol of hope? Is he simply a military leader, or has he become something more, perhaps the voice of a generation rising against neocolonial domination? Among the demonstrators were students, business leaders, diplomats, and grassroots organizers.
Traore, if anything should happen to him, the entire world will have to deal with us, the youth. Hands up, Africa! Africa must be free! Hands up, Africa! Africa must be free! So we are here today as an AU Day, not for joke. Not at all. We are here to send a message to the entire world that we are ready for them. An eye for an eye, a boot for boot. You kill one, we kill thousands. You kill one, we kill thousands. And no government of Africa can stop us. Because this is the revolution of the people. Exactly. We are not going back. What belongs to Africa must belong to us. Exactly.
All marching side by side. The sheer diversity of participants highlighted the unifying force of the Pan-African cause.
Together as one. Yes, sir. We are one. One heart. God bless you. Spread out. Too close. Together as one. Yes, sir. We are one. One heart. God bless you. Spread out. Too close.
Africa unite, cause we're moving right out of Babylon, and we're proving to our fathers how good and how pleasant it would be before God and man to see the unification of all Rasta man. As it's been said,
It wasn't about Burkina Faso alone. It was about Africa as a whole. Each chant was a call to African leaders. Stand up, unite, protect our sovereignty.
To Africa. Long live Africa! Long live Africa! Back to Africa! And to the imperialists and the West, finally, We appreciate America so much. We appreciate Donald Trump for so much, for telling us the truth, that indeed we are worthless, that indeed we can't do it, that indeed, I quote him, and respectfully apologize to Africans that really understand who they are for me quoting this statement made by the delusional president of America, Donald Trump, that we are shitholes. Indeed, we want to clear our shithole. You know what? Back off. Let us clean our mess. Maybe it is somebody who did the mess, but we are ready to clear the mess. Allow us to clear the mess. Stay out. But we are telling them, today, they should go read the history. I know it is really ringing in their minds. There are a lot of videos saying it, that Africans are where we are now because they are not ready to allow us get to where we need to get to. And they use the army. And I say, the greatest weapon of the West today is not the missiles and the bombs and the other things they use. The greatest weapon is misinformation. African youth, wise up. Let them know that eyes are watching, ears are listening, brains are processing, and we are beginning to see who we are, and we will get there. And when the time comes, the color will speak for itself. For the army of America, we will see what it will be left with when the black Africans in there, the black Americans that call themselves, will start getting out of the army and start fighting for their skin, and start fighting for their last generation. The torture they went through sailing through this Mediterranean Sea, they will remember that, hey, these people are not just the people we see them to be. These people were actually our backbone that we downplayed. And today, they have realized who they are, and they're going to rise up and fight. As for France, we are ready to take off the light. And when the light goes off, you will see darkness. The darkness. Sorry?
Have our current leaders lost touch with this vision of collective unity? Or are we finally witnessing a new generation stepping forward to lead Africa into the future? A powerful voice among the crowd was Romuald Sawadogo, president of the Burkina Faso community in Ghana. He emphasized their unwavering support for Captain Traoré's efforts to assert Burkina Faso's independence from Western control and neocolonial exploitation. According to Sawadogo, Traoré represents the will of a people refusing to be puppets of foreign interests. Why is it that when African nations demand autonomy, they are immediately labeled as unstable or dangerous? Who defines the narrative, and at whose benefit? One of the most striking aspects of the protest was the active participation of the Caribbean community in Ghana.
Hakeem Royce, and I am here representing African Americans for Ibrahim Traoré. I am one of the slaves that was taken to America. We have witnessed the murder of Malcolm X. We have witnessed the murder of Martin Luther King. We have witnessed the exile of Marcus Garvey. We have witnessed the murder of Fred Hampton. We have witnessed the murder of Huey P. Newton. And now the conditions in America is an almost post-apocalyptic condition of when everybody who has ever stood up has been murdered. And now the same government has now put the same order on Ibrahim Traoré. When General Langley got on TV and said Ibrahim Traoré is a danger to the people of Burkina Faso, and we need to go over there and save the people of Burkina Faso from Ibrahim Traoré. That is a kill order. That is the same message that they put out on Muammar Gaddafi before they toppled Libya. And now the women in Libya, just like Sudan, are being raped. And the children are being sold in slave markets. And now Donald Trump got on a meeting just the other day and said even if we wanted to go into Libya, we can't because the situation has collapsed so bad, there is no more Libya. That is what the Western media has said. And that is what they want to do to Burkina Faso. Do not look and say this is Burkina Faso. It has nothing to do with Ghana. Because if they collapse Burkina Faso, it will spill over into Ghana. Make no mistake about it. So this is a test from God for everybody.
Hardest truth.
Because when Kwame and Nkrumah came, we are humans. We make mistakes, but we allowed the West to turn us against a Sasebo. Yes. And we danced on top of his broken statues. And we celebrated when he was overthrown. He was all over the continent building what we know as the Casablanca Group, which was a Pan-African group, the first group to say United Africa Now. And they put the Maruvian group to say, in the least time possible. Well, 60 years have passed, and now Ibrahim Traoré says time to continue what Thomas Sankara started, and they say, oh, not yet, not yet, not yet. We see that the Casablanca group was right, and the Maruvian group was wrong. It is time for us to right our errors and our wrongs. There is plenty of reason for us to take this personal. Because Kwame Nkrumah is watching us right now. And he said, if you want to be free as Ghanaians, show me that you have changed.
Right now.
Show me that your mentality is different. It is our time. There is a new Casablanca group, and it is called the Sahel. And Chad is rising to join. Senegal is rising to join. And as this man, Ibrahim Traoré, survives, more will join. We have a president that says, I see Congo. And when I get things stabilized here, we go into Congo. How many African presidents have said that?
No.
We have a president that says, I see Sudan. And when I get things straight in Burkina Faso, we go into Sudan. How many African presidents are talking like that?
No one.
So if we keep this man alive and protect this man with our lives, this man is setting the blueprint for the United Africa that Kwame Nkrumah always wanted.
Yes.
We must be willing to die for him, but we must also be willing to live for him.
Yeah.
Make this message and make this name known all around. I should not speak to any Ghanaian that does not know who Ibrahim Traoré is. We should all know, because he is us and we are him. And my job as Hakeem Royce of Glue Nation, God, love, unity, and enlightenment is to bring black diasporian investors and builders here from the West. But are we ready?
That's the question.
Are we ready? Do we have control of our resources? Do we have sovereignty over our land? Or will the people continue to come and say, Africa's not ready yet? Maybe everything that the West and all of the narratives that the West has put out about Africa is true. We have to write our own story. We have to tell our own narratives so that diasporians will want to come back here. Plumbers, builders, infrastructure, people that would invest in the different sectors. They want to come, but they see the wars and they say, are we ready? They see what's going on in Ivory Coast with the Ivory Coast president training jihadists to go into Burkina Faso and overthrow Ibrahim Traoré.
Babylon.
In the West, Babylon uses these things to keep people from coming back and helping to build the continent. Let us show the world that we are ready for repatriation and that we are ready for the diasporians to come home. Tell these Babylonians to get out so we can make room for our people to come back. I am a slave that was taken 400 years ago, and I have returned, and more of us is coming. Let us show them that they are coming back to something. Something better than imperialism. Something better than subjugation. Something better than slavery, which is all we have in America. Yes! Show them that we're building something here in Africa that they can't get anywhere else in the diaspora. In the words of Marcus Garvey, Africa for Africans! Africa for Africans! Africa for Africans! Africans. Ashe.
Brothers and sisters from the diaspora stood shoulder to shoulder with Africans, united in purpose and pain. Many among them aired heartfelt grievances about how history has repeated itself. Their heroes, their leaders, their strong African men have been systematically eliminated by Western forces through coups, propaganda, and outright assassination. From Patrice Lumumba to Muammar Gaddafi, how many more must be lost before we fully understand the cost of silence and fragmentation? Are we doomed to keep burying our revolutionaries, or can this generation protect and amplify their voices? These Caribbean voices added a deeply emotional and historical dimension to the march. For them, it was more than political. It was personal. It was ancestral. The pain of watching leaders be killed for dreaming of a united and liberated Africa is something they carry through generations. Their message was clear. We've seen this before. We won't be quiet again. Is it not time to truly reconnect with the diaspora, not just in words, but in action, solidarity, and strategy? What would an Africa united with its global descendants look like? This demonstration also shined a light on the growing Pan-African consciousness among youth.
He has to sit back and allow Western media to intimidate them, to wrongfully, let them understand what we've been missing for too long. Because now, all these gadgets we are seeing here is actually sending the message. And you need nobody to tell you the truth. You just have to log it in and go and see for yourself. Read for yourself and you see the truth. If you can't even read, nothing. Just log in Ibrahim Traoré. In the last 2 years, and you see the reason why Africa is where it is and why the West is coming back. We'll continue to rise and resist this. And I made this quote and I say this, that it's either they accept it is either they accept the realities of the revolution now, of this generation, or else they wait for the consequence of this revolution. No retrieve, no surrender.
If you had a black man, hate his resources. If you had a
It was clear that this movement is no longer confined to intellectual circles or political elites. Young people are waking up. They are organizing, mobilizing, and demanding change, not in some distant future, but now. Do our youth still believe in the dream of Africa for Africans, or have they been made to believe that resistance is futile and change is impossible? The energy on the streets of Accra was not just rebellious. It was hopeful. It was fueled by a vision of what Africa could be if its people truly owned their resources, narratives, and destinies. For many, supporting Ibrahim Traoré is symbolic. It's a stand against the old order, a stand for sovereignty without apology. But can symbolism be enough in the face of entrenched powers and global systems built to suppress African agency? What practical steps must follow this awakening? It is crucial to note that this growing sentiment is not about glorifying military leadership, but about defending any leader who dares to speak truth to power, resist exploitation, and put African interests first. The protesters were not just supporting a man, they were supporting a movement, a mindset, a refusal to continue playing by rules written to keep Africa down. Will future African leaders learn from this moment, or will they too fall prey to the temptations of foreign validation over national sovereignty? The Walk with Ibrahim Traoré protest in Ghana reminds us of one truth: the spirit of African liberation is still alive. From the Gulf of Guinea to the Caribbean Sea, the children of Africa are rising. They are saying, enough, no more puppets, no more neocolonial games. Africa must rise on its own terms. But the real question is, will we listen, or will we wait until it's too late again? If this content sparked something in you, then like this video, share it with someone who needs to hear it, and most importantly, subscribe to Afriplus News for more stories that matter. Let's keep this conversation going in the comments. Drop your thoughts, your agreements, your disagreements, but do it with the respect our ancestors deserve. Thank you for watching. Until next time, stay awake, stay united, and stay African.